Alrighty then guys, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. I haven't uploaded too much content recently. I just don't enjoy drafting amonkhet that much. Amonkhet Remastered, that is. I find it similar to Coreset 2021, except there is much more scary bombs. Essentially all the gods are just essentially really broken in amonkhet. Not saying that it's not fun. It's definitely fun for some people, but it's not for me. Regardless, with 6k gems, I think I'm just going to fire off a quick draft Coreset 2021. It's also similar to amonkhet, where white and red are both the best colors, and it's just a very hyper aggressive format. And yeah, overall, it's just very straightforward. There's not much to think about in this set. So let's begin. Alright, then pack one, pick one. Coreset 2021 quick draft video. We picked up a powerful rare. I don't think it's a bomb, but it's definitely, it's definitely a bomb, but it's not like completely broken. It's just a really nice creature that rewards you for having lots of 1/1/1 counters, so it's going to do best in the white-green +1/+1 counter stack. But regardless, it's still a very good card outside of green-white, but in green-white, this card is essentially just very broken because with all the +1/+1 counters around, any creature with a +1/+1 counter on it can just generate a 2/2 knight when it dies, so it does need to be answered ASAP. But it's mostly going to excel in white-green, but still, I think I'll first pick it since it goes into any white deck and it's single color. But yeah, Basri's Lieutenant is definitely clearly the first pick, and white is also the best color. If Basri's Lieutenant was in this pack, I'd probably pick up a Gormand as probably the second close to second best card. I mean, I guess these two are both in similar power levels, the Twin Blade Assassins and the Gormand. But the Gormand definitely rewards you for playing in a black deck with a reanimation. Since every single time you bring it back on the battlefield, the opponent is forced to sack a creature, and a 5/5 flying trample is no joke. So Gormand is a very good card too. Black might not be amazing this set, but Gormand's definitely a powerful finisher. Then there's Twin Blade Assassins if I was in green-black, but it's of course a gold color card, and I don't think it's broken enough for me to choose it over a single color card. Pack one, pick one. Best common is probably the Gale Swooper, and then there's Crypt Lurker if I want to enable reanimation by discarding or sacrificing a creature. But regardless, I think it's an easy Basri's Lieutenant. White is again the best color in this set, and it's just really powerful. Vigilance, protection for multicolor, and then essentially just any time you put a 1/1 +1/+1 counter onto a creature or Basri's Lieutenant itself, you get the extra 2/2 when they die, and if Basri doesn't get exiled or answered. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna take an easy Basri here, and let's start the draft with a powerful rare. And following up by Basri's Lieutenant, Watcher's Spheres is really powerful. There's Trader's Greed for the black-red sacrifice deck, which is definitely an important component if you're going to be drafting black-red. The problem with black-red in this set is that the active treason effect is at uncommon. So you don't really have a lot of ways to steal the opponent's creatures and sack them. Otherwise, I think black-red will be pretty strong in this set. But yeah, this card is definitely fundamental if you're going to be drafting black-red. But overall, I try to avoid black-red in this set unless I'm forced into that lane. Cultivate is decent, but this is not really a set where you're looking to ramp too much or splash. You're just looking to be very hyper-aggressive in two colors. And then looking at the commons, Rousing Reed, Capture Sphere. Both pretty decent commons, but I think if I'm going to take a blue card here, I'm going to take the Watcher. Even though Watcher isn't the most flexible, it's definitely very powerful if we do end up in the blue-white Flyers deck. Rousing Reed, of course, and Capture Sphere will keep my options more open, but I think the Watcher of Spheres is much more powerful than the Rousing Reed if we do end up in blue-white Flyers. And sometimes it's nice to kind of take a gamble for once. I think it's higher risk, higher reward for committing the two colors right away with the Watcher of Spheres. It's definitely a very important 2-drop to have. Otherwise, yeah, Rousing Reed would probably be my pick here if Watcher of Spheres was in this pack, so we could remain open. But with a card like Basri's Lieutenant already, that's very powerful. I do want to be in white, so I think it's fine kind of just taking the Watcher of Spheres here and just committing ourselves right away. So we'll take it here. Okay, well, there's a Basri's Acolyte as probably the best common overall in this entire set. Best white common, of course, and I consider it the best common overall. I'd probably take this I'd probably still take this over Shock or Scorching Dragonfire in this set, given how powerful white is. Alternatively, there's Silver Smoke Ghoul, which is like a nice white-black card, since it really requires the life gain synergies in order to enable it back onto the battlefield tapped. But yeah, Silver Smoke Ghoul would pretty good in black-white, but with a Basri's Acolyte already, I think it's just a clear choice here. Definitely a card that should have been an uncommon in this set. I think both Basri's, given that White is already incredibly powerful, I think giving them a card like Feudal Resistance, which is a 1 generic, 1 white, to give them protection from any color is quite absurd. But yeah, Acolyte seems pretty good. Okay, well, we can enable more +1/+1 counter synergy with Tempered Veteran. Tempered Veteran is more of like a white-green code card, but given that we have the Lieutenant and the Acolyte already, we might just get away with it. Therefore, we could just end up drafting white-blue, or I guess we could still be in white-green, but we can essentially draft white in any color, and the Tempered Veteran would be okay since we have Basri's Acolyte and Lieutenant already. Of course, we do want to kind of play this in white-green, since that's where you're trying to enable the +1/+1 counters more often than not, but it can still be fine. We'll see. It could either make it or break it, I think. Alternatively, there's really nothing amazing this pack. Like, if this wasn't in pack, probably take a Sky Scanner as a decent flyer to go along with Watcher of Spheres. But yeah, just nothing too amazing. I think Tempered Veteran is the best card, and we can still run away with maybe a white-blue Flyers deck, given that we have 2 counter enablers. So, we'll take it here. Okay, there's an Alpine Houndmaster. Okay, so there's an option to go into red-white now, which is also a tier 1 archetype, and this is definitely very powerful. Other good cards in this pack, there's a Finishing Blow and Pride Malkin. If I want to stick with white-green, I would probably take the Pride Malkin here, since it goes so well with the Tempered Veteran. But I don't think I can pick it over Alpine Houndmaster. This is essentially a 2-mana draw 2 cards if you get the right doggos for it. And it does give us, and it's just another powerful dual color uncommon. Finishing Blow is also really strong, but in this format it's very hyper aggressive, so it does get worse the more expensive your removal spells are. And given that white has Feudal Resistance, sometimes this doesn't work as planned, and that can be a huge blowout. But yeah, I think in this pack is between Pride Malkin and Alpine Houndmaster, and I'm going to take a gamble on the Houndmaster. We still don't know what our second color is. We still don't know what archetype is open. We were past the Watcher Spheres, and now Tempered Veteran, and then Pride Malkin. So white-green has a chance of being open, but I'm definitely not going to take over Alpine Houndmaster. This card's ridiculously good if you can get dogs for it, so I'll take it here. Okay, there's a black-red sacrifice gold-colored signpost card, although most of the time it's just going to become a 3/3. Again, in this set, black-red doesn't have too many ways to steal creatures outside of the Traitorous, Greed, and Uncommon, so it's very difficult to kind of enable the +2/+2 unless you want to kind of lose a Sapling Spore, or there's just not too many amazing creatures that you want to sacrifice in this set besides like a Sky Scanner or Sapling tokens. So this is just a 3-mana 3/3 at the end of the day, and I think in this pack we're just going to take a Truffle Snout, given that it generates a +1/+1 counter and plays well with the Tempered Veteran. Alternatively, there's an Amonkhet Ogre, which is okay, but I think Truffle Snout can have a lot more synergy if we end up in white-green, so I'm going to take it here. So this pack, nothing super amazing. I guess there's a Scour Barons for black-white. I don't really like the Staunch Shieldmate. It's kind of replaceable. Setessan Training is alright. There's a Ranger's Guile. Overall, I don't really know what to pick in this pack. I don't think anything is super amazing. I guess if we do end up in white-green, I might want like a Ranger's Guile. There's also black-white duel if I want to kind of speculate on black-white as well. And we do have a Basri's Acolyte to gain life. So not really sure here. I think I'll speculate on the dual land. I mean, there's also Blood Glutton that plays well in black-white life gain. I know for sure I want to be in white. I just don't know what my secondary color is. And these cards we can always pick up later. So we'll take a Scoured Barons and keep speculating this pack. Ooh, there's a Pride Malkin. That's pretty nice. There's also a Makeshift Battalion to keep our options open. So this is kind of like the turning point, I guess. Do we really want to commit into white-green right away? If so, then Pride Malkin would be very powerful. If we want to stay open, Makeshift Battalion can still gain a counter, and it also keeps our options open, so yeah, why not? I think I'll take the Makeshift and stay open here. And here, nothing much. I'm not really reanimating anything. Gnarled Sage is okay. Could just take a random opt in case we end up in white-blue flyers. We'll see. And, well, there's another Truffle Snout. I do like that, but there's also Sure Strike, which I do like in the white-red aggro decks as a fine removal spell. So the question is, how open do I keep staying here? I mean, it's still very early. We're not going to really get a signal until, like, Pack 2, I think. So I'm going to take the Sure Strike and keep my options even more open than I already want. These are fine. Could just take a random Titanic Growth in case I end up in white-green. I do like having a Rambunctious Mud, although there is just a Tranquil Cove I can take in case we end up in white-blue flyers, which is also pretty neat. So, yeah, so we're essentially Pack 1, we're just staying as open as possible, and I think we really need to commit in Pack 2. But, yeah, these are all just speculative picks in case we end up in one of those dual colors, because we don't know if we're going to be in white-green or white-blue. We saw Prime Malkin, a second Truffle Snout get passed to us, and then Sure Strike, Houndmaster, and then the Watcher. Blue doesn't seem as open, so I can maybe count that out. I don't think Opt is an important, crucial component in the white-blue flyers deck, but I definitely, the +1/+1 counters from Truffle Snout are the Sure Strike in red, so we'll see. Okay, that's a pretty powerful card. I mean, we were seeing a lot of white-green, definitely a powerful bomb. Angelic Ascension's also pretty powerful as a nice upgrade over Feat of Resistance. A slight upgrade, I say, because it gives you a 4/4 flyer. You dodge a removal spell. Waker Waves, not really for white-blue. Twin Blade Assassin for black-green, of course. Swift Blade is a nice removal spell in this set since everyone's always trying to attack you. There's also Scorching Dragonfire here if we end up in white-red. But I think we're just going to take an Elder Gargoth and maybe we can commit ourselves into the white-green +1/+1 counters deck now, since this is just a really powerful bomb. So I'm going to take it here. We saw a decent number of green the last pack. Unfortunately, no good green cards here. There's a nice Falconer's Adept, which I do like. If we manage to clear a path and this can constantly attack, you can start generating flyers, and that's pretty powerful. Alternatively, there's a Capture Sphere, fire removal spell, but I think Falconer's Adept is still fine here. Just keep our options open. Angelic Ascension is a nice, decent upgrade over a Feat of Resistance. Alternatively, there's Truffle Snout. Not a big fan of the Griffin Airy, but if you can gain a lot of life, then sure, it's fine. But I haven't picked up my Feat of Resistance yet, and I think Angelic Ascension is just too good here. I guess there's also Soul Seer. Never mind. This is also a very good card. But, yeah, I think I want to kind of just stick with white-green for now. I don't know if this is correct or wrong, but, I mean, Angelic Ascension is still really good, still keeps our options open, so I'm going to take it here. There's Anointed Courser. Well, there's our Drowsing Pteranodon. That's a very good 2-drop. And I think I'm willing to take it here. Given that we picked up an Elder Gargoth and this is being passed, this is definitely a very solid card. Alternatively, there's Anointed Chorister. But Drowsing Pteranodon has been very impressive to me. So I'm going to take it here, maybe just commit myself into white-green for now. There's a Two-Lich being passed. I guess there's our Capture Sphere. We're not really a Two-Lich deck. I don't think white-blue Two-Lich is actually a thing. You really need to focus on lots of card draw. We have one Op, but I don't think that's enough. Okay, so no good green cards. I guess we'll just take a Capture Sphere. We'll see if we end up playing blue. We don't know for sure yet. Well, there's an Ignis Curtigo of the Alpine Houndmaster, so no good green cards. But I do want to be in green if I can help it. Overall, there's nothing else in this pack I care about. Random Snare Spinner, could just take a Makeshift Battalion as a fine 3-drop. I think I'll take it here. Visual Stinger better than blue-red spells, even though it's a flyer, it's not very amazing. Sabertooth Mauler is okay. I think I need a 2-drop here. Just take a random Alpine Watchdog, seems pretty decent. Yep, I guess we could also be white-red now. We're just seeing, yeah, we have an Alpine Watchdog and a Ignis Curtigo along with our red. I just don't think we're gonna be playing blue at this point. So I think I'm just gonna keep it like this for now. Could just take a random Ranger's Guile. Why not? Late Lofty Denial. I guess blue is also really open. I don't understand how bots are weird. So sometimes it can be like that. There's another Alpine Watchdog. I think I'll just take another Truffle Snout, I'm assuming, since I really want to be in green for this Elder Gargoth. But we could also be in white-red, of course. I mean, do we really want to focus? I mean, it's fine. The +1/+1 counter synergy is fine, but yeah, maybe just take another Watchdog. Could just use another decent 2-drop because we have a lot of 3s already. Nice Blossoming Sands for the white-green deck. Alright, so it seems like we're still kind of pivoting between white-green and white-blue, but I want to be white-green for the most part, so we'll see. Overall, we don't have a lot of good removal spells. Ooh, there's a Maze Mind's Tome, which is pretty good in Annie's deck, although there is a Hunter's Edge. Hunter's Edge is really good. If we're playing being aggressive, we don't really want to pay 2 mana just to do nothing. Like, it does go into any deck because it's colorless, but it's not going to be at its best in a white-green aggro deck. It's going to be best in a nice mid-rangey deck where you can essentially just outvalue the opponent, play control, outvalue the opponent by drawing cards, by gaining life, by scrying. So Maze Mind's Tome is fine, but I don't think we take it here. Also didn't see a lot of black, so Eliminate also we're not going to take. Annoying the Courser would be a more flexible pick, but Hunter's Edge is really powerful, and I did see a decent number of green being passed to us, so I think I'm going to take the Hunter's Edge here and just commit myself into white-green now. There's also another Hunter's Edge. Although there is a Land War Visionary, Land War Visionary is not going to be its best in white-green. I'll play it for sure, but usually the curve is low regardless, and you don't really need that much ramp. I think we need removal for sure, since we currently don't have any besides like a Hunter's Edge and to a lesser extent Titanic Growth. I think the Hunter's Edge just has a lot more synergy with the +1/+1 counters from Tempered Veteran, and it's just a very solid removal spell that I'm going to take it here. Alternatively, yeah, there is a Land War Visionary, but I think Hunter's Edge is definitely better in white-green. Another Acolyte seems clear here, another nice 4-drop. There's a Sabertooth Mauler if you want to take it, but Acolyte's looking quite amazing. Random Rambunctious Month. There's also Celestial Enforcer for white-blue flyers. I guess here I can just take a random Sky Scanner. It does replace itself. Not a very impressive card, but it can be decent if you can put counters onto it. It also replaces itself as a decent 3-drop. And there's really nothing else I want in this pack, so we'll just take a Sky Scanner. There's a late Roaming Ghostlight, but I think for sure we're in white-green. Blue seemed relatively open, but not to the point where I would consider it. Skyway Sniper is pretty bad, but it can be some decent 1-drop we can play since we currently don't have any. Like, yeah, I don't hate Skyway Sniper. Alternatively, there's another Ranger's Guile, but I don't want to play too many of them. They can get pretty redundant. I do like the Daybreak Charger a lot as an excellent 2-drop. There's also Snare Spinner, but I think Daybreak Charger hits a little bit harder, and it's kind of what an aggro deck wants to do. We don't really want to play defense. Snare Spinner can be fine, but we're not looking to play defense. And Feeder Resistance versus another Angelic Ascension. Fear Resistance can generate a +1/+1 counter, but we do have many ways to generate counters already. Doubles Hunter's Edge, double Basri's Acolyte, Basri's Lieutenant, Truffle Snout. Angelic Ascension just might be better because it just gives us a flyer that can serve as a powerful win condition as well. So I think I'll take the Angelic Ascension here. Now, I don't really need another 5, just take as many Watchdogs as possible. And I do like the Anointed Courser, have double Makeshift Battalion already, could use another decent 1-drop in this deck. So sure, why not? Random Dub, do I want to play a Dub? It's kind of all in, I don't really like Dub. I don't mind a copy, but it's not something I really want, regardless. And I think this could just be 17 lands, given how much 4-drops we have. I could also just throw in a Rambunctious Mutt, why not? Again, not too many flyers for the Celestial Enforcer. See, and given that we have double Angelic Ascension, I guess we don't need Ranger's Guile, so I can cut that. Ranger's Guile is okay, but it's not really a card that I'm too excited on. I guess Skyway Sniper also doesn't look super amazing, although it is, again, a 1-drop. It's an okay card, so let's see, what's our curve looking like? I don't mind a random 2-mana 2/2s. Titanic Grove can be alright, just as like a nice way to maybe it's a decent combat trick that I don't mind a copy of. I don't hate the 5s. I don't hate the 4s. The 3s will look fine. Skyway Sniper can be a way to deal with flyers, of course, and we don't currently have too many ways. Like, we do need to rely on Hunter's Edge to kill the flyers, but outside of it, we don't have too much. I guess Angelic Ascension can ambush a flyer, at the very least. So if we're gonna look to cut the Skyway Sniper, what do we want to add in? Probably the Ranger's Guile. But with double Angelic Ascension, I don't know if we need it. And maybe 17 lands is alright. I don't really want to go all in with Dub since I can get 2 for 1 pretty badly. So I think this is our deck. Definitely, I don't know if I need to cut green. I guess it's fine cutting a green since it's still 8 sources of green, and that's quite decent. So 8 sources should be fine. It should be fine if we're gonna be playing 15/7 here. And this is 17 lands. Looks good. And then, yeah, this seems like a fine deck. I don't hate it. Let's do it. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry that I can't really explain anything in depth. I'm not really good at teacher when it comes to Magic. I just know how to build decks and play. Yeah, it seems like the Lieutenant seems like a fine picture here. So yeah, I'm not really a good teacher, but if you can kind of follow my train of thought and how I draft and how I evaluate power levels and how I stay open and know when to jump into my second lane, my second color that is, then you can kind of dissect what I'm trying to say. But honestly, I've been doing too many videos already. I don't really want to explain too much, and I'm not really that great of an explainer because I'm playing as well. So, I mean, trying to make out what I'm trying to say, but yeah, just keep in mind I'm not the best teacher, but I can definitely know what to choose when it comes to drafting Coreset 2021. So, yeah, regardless, let's begin. Okay, well, this is a bad opening hand because there's no whites. I don't really want to risk it. I mean, I guess we do have Elder Gargoth on 5, so we could just risk it. We're also on the play. Like, how likely is it that we just get run over here? I guess on the play, I'm willing to risk it. Um, on the draw, probably not. Yeah, let's risk it. I think it's not great because we don't have any white mana, but as long as we can get to the Elder Gargoth, I think we should be okay. So this is probably a slow hand. It'd be a miracle to top deck a white mana here, but you know, okay. I don't mind the Blossoming Sands at least. So panned out pretty decently. We can leave the Watchdog and then maybe play Hunter's Edge. I guess he's going to try to equip the sword onto the Drowsing Tyrannodon. So in this case, I guess it's fine playing out the Daybreak Charger and then setting up Hunter's Edge next turn. Because I do want the Hunter's Edge this Drowsing Tyrannodon. Alternatively, he could have Feat of Resistance that I might need to play around, so... if he keeps 2 mana open, then it's a sign that there's a Feat of Resistance. So I guess I can wait till my Gargoth turn, and then we can just attack him for 3 here, and hope... Yeah, he probably has, like, feet, so I don't want to do anything here. We're just going to play out our Watchdogs, take another 4, and then, maybe we can set up Hunter's Edge in a much more opportune time. Because keeping 2 mana open is definitely a sign that he has feet. And we really can't allow this Drowsing Tyrannodon to grow, or else we'll just get totally owned. I guess that's a swift response, sure. I could also double block the Drowsing Tyrannodon and bait out the feat, but it's going to 2-for-1 me, so I think it's fine taking 4 for now. Then we can play the Elder Gargoth and maybe have it to fight away a creature. I guess I could Hunter's Edge now, but I think the Gargoth can block pretty nicely here. And this can disincentivize an attack. Well, that's not what I want to see. Well, I guess it's just good game now. Guess I'll just take 8, and then I can use Hunter's Edge on the 2-3, and then do a double block on the Drowsing Tyrannodon instead. Yeah, the Legion's Judgment got me bad there. But it's a hyper-aggressive set, you know. It's not like I missed on my mana or anything, but the Legion's Judgment took out the Elder Gargoth. Not much I can do about that. Okay, well, just gotta give him a good game. Opponent definitely debated me there. Okay, sure. Can't win them all. overall, damn, the Legion Judgment definitely took me out. So hopefully we can get lucky and steal some wins. I think our deck is pretty good. Okay, fine. 2 drops, Skyway Sniper on turn 1, then we can just kind of deploy our whole hand. Don't have any +1/+1 counters yet for Tempered Veteran, but once we see one, we can definitely play it. Ooh, that's a nice Lieutenant, so I can maybe put a counter onto a creature, and then we can start growing it. I don't mind just attacking here. I don't care if the opponent uses a trick or anything. That's fine. I actually don't mind a swift response on a random 1/2. Speaker of Heaven, so he's trying to gain life, I guess. But we'll just attack in so he doesn't get to 27 anytime soon. Or he just concedes. Okay. Okay. I guess not all Mythic players wanted to play it out, so that's fine by me. The guy definitely has a higher rank than me, but I guess I haven't been playing for the last couple of days, so anyone can get to Mythic nowadays, I assume. Okay, on to the next one. That wasn't really much of a game. Alright, I guess we keep because we have a 3-drop. It's not the most exciting hand, but if we can draw into a 2-drop, we're fine. Okay, I guess we'll just play every 3-drop possible. Sanctum is alright. I'm not really scared of it. It's not amazing outside of white, black, since it's kind of slow. And unlike Ill-Gotten Inheritance, you can't sack it to drain the opponent for 4. I guess he had eliminate, sure. We'll just keep deploying more creatures. Carry on, Grub, okay. Guess I won't be attacking past anything. I guess it's just a 1/5, so we can still attack into it, sure. And I swear I'm running 17 land deck. This is a 17 land deck, so I guess this can start gaining counters, which is quite decent. I hope he doesn't play anything else. Drowsing Tyrannodon, sure. I guess this is going to become a 3-powered creature soon, so it's kind of questionable here. What should I do? I could attack with all. If I Hunter's Edge a Drowsing Tyrannodon, this is going to grow into 3 power, so I don't know if I want to do that. Alternatively, I could just play out the Falconer's Adept, I guess, and just play defense. Guess I don't mind just attacking with both of these. Yeah, sure. This does become a 3/3, but at least I can get some damage in. I mean, not damage, but at least I don't think I need to use the Hunter's Edge on this. And then this is going to become a 3/5. Eventually I'll get the land 5 to take out this Sanctum. So we're still in decent shape. Okay, land is good. I just play out the Gargoth. I guess I'll just kill the Sanctum here. Might as well get the Rambunctious out while I can. Take out the Sanctum. And then that will stem the bleeding, and then we can set up the Gargoth. I'm just hoping that he uses a removal spell on one of these threats before we play out the Gargoth, because he could have like something saved for it, which I don't want. But the Carrion Grub is doing a lot of good work playing defense here. Twin Blade, okay. I guess Twin Blade Assassins is a good target for us to get rid of, but I think the Gargoth first is more important. I'm just hoping he doesn't have Finishing Blow, which he probably does have. Yeah, he probably has it. Well, what a shame. So this game is just going to go sour now since... I hate this game so much sometimes. I just don't like it. This is why I stopped playing a little bit. Because of stuff like this. Okay, I guess we just have to win in the air. I guess that's one of our game plans. Since now he took out our Elder Gargoth, we can't really attack with it. That's a turn to slag, sure. He's just going to draw cards. Maybe we can win through the air and fly over. Acolyte isn't bad. I guess I'll just do that. I'll just play this and then play the Acolyte. And I guess I'll put a counter on Makeshift because it can become a 5/5 essential almost. So let's just attack him for 2. I guess I can set up a Hunter's Edge with onto the Twin Blade, so I guess the Makeshift Battalion isn't that bad. But he probably has a plethora of removal spells lined up, given that he's splashing all these random Jund colors. If we get land, we can keep up Angelic Ascension, so that could be quite nice. Here's Empath, probably going to get him a Colossal Dread Maw, I'm assuming. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's pray he doesn't have an Eliminate, because I do need to get rid of this Twin Blade, I think. Twin Blade is gone. I guess I don't mind just attacking with these two and offering a trade. And then we can start attacking past the opponent eventually with our ground creatures. But I guess he has the Colossal Dread Maw coming up, so... Another Carrion Grub, Jesus. These cards are so good in black-green. So I guess we just need to kind of win in the air, I guess. Do I care about getting a counter from this? Not really. I guess the life gain isn't bad, and then we can attack him with the Sky Scanner. Keep up Angelic Ascension, say go. I can probably do like a double block on the Colossal Dread Maw with the Rambunctious Mutt and the Drowsing Tyrannodon. And if he uses some sort of trick, we'll just Angelic Ascension. Guess I don't mind the Fierce Impact. I'll just trade my 2/2 for it, or maybe trade my 1/1. I mean, I guess this won't be attacking anytime soon. Yeah, I'll just gain life. Why not? Just game 1. Trade is okay. Cauldron, so he can sack and gain life. Sure. If he gets Gormon, that's going to be pretty annoying since I won't be able to attack past it with the 4/4 flyer. I don't know if I should have Angelic Ascension earlier, but yeah, maybe I don't think I should since he could be holding up removal spells already, and it's always safe to play around it. And we do have enough blockers against the opponent, so should be okay. He can start generating 2/2s, but who cares? We could definitely take 2 from the Mass Blackguard. Pride of Malkin, okay. I guess it could be okay using the Angelic Ascension now. Do I just want to use it? I guess it does put him on a faster clock. So yeah, let's just use it here. So then he might be forced to stack and use the Cauldron, but I do have 6 power in the air, so he needs to find a removal spell or else it's game over, I think. So I think it's worth risking it. Grim Tutor, he's going to lose life, but I guess he could find a removal spell or find a life gain creature. Massacre Worm wouldn't stop me here because okay, he just need a land. Ooh, Garruk? Garruk is fine. I think we still win here. We still win.
Got an axe to grind.
Because we have enough blockers, we can take enough trample damage. And he can only gain 1 life with this, so we got it.
Out of our way.
Okay, yep, looks good. Another opponent playing black. Okay, make sure we play the right land. So I think I'll leave the Daybreak Charger since getting in for 3 is quite nice and gaining 3 is quite nice. It also depends on what he plays, of course. Alternatively, I can just play the Watchdog. You could have an Eliminate up. But I think it's fine trading for the Fetid Imp here. Yeah, the Fetid Imp can be pretty annoying. I don't mind just trading for it. Next turn we just play the Blossoming Sands, and trade here is good. So some sort of blue-black control deck. Sure. I need to bait out the Eliminate eventually. So hopefully no Rise again. Could have a counter spell up. Do we play around the counter spell? I don't think so. Wow, all the removal in the world, geez. Yeah, so this is kind of like how Best of One works. Just the opponent has a million removal spells. There's not much you can do about it. I could Hunter's Edge that. I guess it's not a bad idea. Since we do have another one saved up. It's also mana efficient. And we can get him for 3. So hopefully he doesn't find a Gormon eventually. Because that can be quite scary. I don't think there's any discard in black. I don't think discarding is a thing in this set, so I think I'm fine keeping both cards in my hand. Just kind of hope the opponent has to get unlucky here and gets absolutely nothing. That's a card I can't really do much against. Ooh, yeah, that's really not a card I can do much against. I guess we'll just have to stay back. Take 8, and then maybe we can kill off the Sky Scanner or use Hunter's Edge on another creature and get in for 6. Guess I'll just attack here, since I can always develop another Alpine Watchdog. And this is lethal if he has no blockers. And then I can use the Hunter's Edge on this Gloomstar if I can. Hopefully it doesn't have a finishing blow. Like, Capture Sphere is alright, but finishing blow is not. Okay, let's just kill this 8/6. Yeah, I think it's just a good game here. Yeah, this is how Coreset 2021 draft is. That's why I don't like it. It's just really random sometimes. Everyone's trying to play aggro. You either get the bomb, you either top deck your removal spell. It's not very fun. But we're doing alright. We're 2-1, so it's not the worst. I just don't like... I guess we're 3-1. Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. Okay, seems fine. Ooh, we have Basri's Lieutenant. That's quite powerful. And we have a good curve. We just need to get the land 4, and we do need double white for the Acolyte, but I think we should be fine. I like the new amonkhet board, of course. Short sword. I don't mind a trade here. The trade actually isn't bad, so he can't pump it anymore, and he won't gain a million life, so this is good. Next turn we can Lieutenant. Where do we put the counter? I guess onto the Lieutenant itself, because it's going to be the primary target that he wants to get rid of. Yeah, let's just move to combat here. And this is a really good blocker against the Siege Striker. It's playing on a Siege Striker, so the makeshift battalion can't attack into it. He does want to hit me for 6, though. Do I want to take 6? I guess I don't mind taking 6. We can definitely race him, I think. Since his Elder Gargoth can also gain life, it's another scary target he needs to deal with. All the eliminates. Guess I don't mind blocking here. Yeah, sure. I'll trade it off now. I'll get a 2/2 Knight in the process anyway, sure. Sure. And then I can put counters, and then this can start generating 3/3s. Or I can just play the Falconer's Adept. Because this is going to hit pretty hard here. Yeah, maybe I just Acolyte here. It seems fine. And then we can use the Bowser's Acolyte to always chump block, of course. And we're just in good shape. They should not have given white feet of resistance. I think it's bad to give an already broken color more protection from removal. It's probably going to pump this up. I don't really care. So this is going to become it's just going to become a 5/5. So I guess I don't mind just sending the Garg off still. We'll just keep generating 3/3s. I guess I'll kill the Siege Striker first. This still results in a 2-for-1, so that's not bad. And we can just outvalue him with all the other creatures. So Gargoth definitely doing a lot of work. There's only Pestilent Haze I can think of that can deal 2 damage to everything. So I think we're in good shape. We can just attack with all. I think it's lethal, because even if he has 1 blocker up, we have enough to do 10. I mean, I guess he can block a 3/3, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's lethal. Yeah. Yeah, these games are very quick. Coreset 2021 drafts. Right, 2 drops seems good. Well, 1 2-drop that is. Not the most amazing 2-drop. But I'm hoping we find something. We also have a Titanic Growth to maybe get a decent trade-off. Freebooter, probably going to steal our Hunter's Edge. Scythe, pretty busted card. I guess the Mutt can deal the Scythe eventually, so I don't really care if he grows it or not. We also have a Skyway Sniper. Once we get enough mana, we can shoot this down. Obviously he's not going to block because he knows our hand. Okay, just play it out. That's a sad Acolyte, but hey, it's 1 counter at least. We do need to pressure him because we're an aggro deck. Next turn we can deal the Scythe and then get in for a decent amount of damage. Of course he's not blocking, so we'll take 2. Warmonger's fine. Guess also an Evangelic Ascension up. I could just offer a trade the Darfleet Warmonger. I don't really want to use my Titanic Growth. Yeah, let's just offer to trade. I don't think he knows what Rambunctious Mutt does, but thank God the Scythe is gone, because this is a really powerful card. It's slightly worse than, I think, Teferi's Tutelage and the 2-drop, the Seasoned Hall Blade, but it's definitely up there, close in power level to those two uncommons, which, you know, I consider them the mythic uncommons of the set. So Malefic Scythe can be very scary if you can get early on, and it can be a powerful bomb almost, but it's a little bit worse in the late game, obviously, and but we're glad that we managed to deal with it at least. Opponent just using the removal spells right now because he knows that we have Titanic Growth, I guess. Let's just move to combat. Saving the Titanic Growth, and we're just going to say go. We could also eventually just ambush the Kite Self Rebooter by making a 4/4 flyer. We're just going to do this now, so then he doesn't get to steal it and this fizzles. This puts him onto a 2-turn clock, and we get back our removal spell, and he doesn't have a blocker for a flyer. So unless he deals with this Angel, we should be okay, as long as we get a creature and we can shoot down this Starfleet Warmonger. But then again, I've been having a lot of bad luck with Flood, so who knows. Also, the opponent has a pretty good Black-Red Sack deck. He managed to pick up the steal effect that's necessary in the Black-Red Sack archetype in this set. Now he needs to find removal for the 5/5. Grasp of Darkness is not going to do it. He needs like an Eliminate, pretty much. Well, 5 and 1, not bad. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we do have a Skyway Sniper and a Drowsing Tyrannoton. We're also on the draw, so I'll risk it here. Eventually we'll get the Hunter's Edge once we get enough lands, but this is an okay curve. I haven't seen I haven't played with green in the early game yet. Okay, and there's our white mana. Eventually we can Hunter's Edge onto one of our creatures, and then we can, okay, I might need to save the Hunter's Edge for maybe an upcoming Lore Scale Qual. There's no reason for me to attack, because he's just going to block it. I'm not going to... Ooh, Waker? Okay. If he has a Lore Scale, we'll just answer it with Hunter's Edge eventually, but I'm hoping he doesn't. Because that can definitely be quite scary if we don't get the mana for it. Okay, that's not as bad. Quado is definitely very scary. Let's just play a Tempered Veteran and pass. Sentinel? That's not a bad target for me to get rid of. Although, I can't really get rid of it, so... I guess the Makeshift Battalion can maybe trade for it, or I can use a Drowsing Pteranodon to trade for it. Rousing Reed, okay, so that's a clear target that I need to deal with. So hopefully I get a land off the top. Because without a land, I'm going to be in trouble, taking 5 per turn, so this is a 4-turn clock. I guess I can chump it, but we don't need to chump it now. No lands? Well, that sucks. Could just attack with a Makeshift, maybe offer a trade. Don't see anything wrong with that. Let's just hopefully get a land, otherwise we're forced to chump. I'll take one more, and then if I can't block it, I'm just going to use a Skyway Sniper. Okay, Brash Taunter. Okay, I guess we're not beating that. This is one of the insane mythics in the set that you can't beat. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. So now I guess we're just essentially dead. I don't know how we can deal with this unless we gain a ton of life. But yeah, this isn't looking good. Yeah, I guess we just can't deal with it. It's just going to keep fighting our creatures and step. And we just took too much damage. So that's quite unfortunate. Yeah, this is just going to block. Yeah, the Brash Hunter is just broken. I don't know if there's any way around that. Because even if I gain life with the Elder... I guess this has Trample. So I guess we can try to gain life, and I guess I want to get my land drop, so I'm going to play out the Sky Scanner instead of the Falconer Adept here. Yeah, he's just going to fight my 4/4 end of turn. And then I guess I don't want to really play counter onto Drowsing Pteranodon, because if I do, it's going to just be it's just going to be a 2-turn clock essentially. So I don't know if there's any way I can deal with this. I don't really have any exile effects. The Brash Hunter is just a broken card. The Acolyte can maybe gain me some life. Yeah, I guess it's just GG. There's not much I can do against Brash Hunter. It's a pretty busted card. But then again, we're playing busted cards, so can't complain. 5 and 2. Okay. If we can get to 6, this is worthy of an upload. But if we get to 7, that's even better. Yeah, I don't think any of these other sideboard cards will improve our gameplay. Like, we already have double Angelic Ascension. I don't think we need a Ranger's Guile. I think 17 lands is actually correct for this deck. Let's go. Alright, seems okay. We're on the draw. Just hopefully we get green mana. I'm not going to deny Alpine Watchdog. We'll eventually get there. Ooh, that's a scary card to be seeing. Okay, green mana, that's good. We'll just dog it up. Next turn we can play the Truffle Snout. I'm hoping he doesn't cast Revitalize. I guess we do have Hunter's Edge to answer the flyer that he generates. If he attacks with Anointed Courser, that's going to imply a Feeder Resistance. Sure, I don't really care if he generates a 2/2 flyer. I'm happy to trade for a 2/2 flyer. Let's just move to combat. Yeah, I don't think he would block it. Yeah, let's put a counter. Just want some large creatures to start attacking and pressuring the opponent with. This card can be very good if you can get it early and gain a lot of life. Otherwise, it's not that great. Okay, could see a swift response, but I don't think we play around it. He also doesn't have black mana to keep up the Fed Imp. We do need to go in. Can't stay back forever. This is not a game where we're looking to play defense. Yeah, I could see a swift response on the Truffle Snout. None. Okay, so that implies he doesn't have swift response or, I guess, a feat. Next turn we can Hunter's Edge away the Fetid Imp and start attacking with all. Or I can Hunter's Edge away the Anointed Chorister. Patrician, I guess he's tapped out black, so I guess the Patrician is a scarier target that we need to deal with than the Fetid Imp. So yeah, I guess I don't mind just getting rid of the Patrician here. Yeah, this is a pretty scary card. Hopefully no feat. Yeah, he has it. Okay, no feat. Okay, phew. Let's just attack the ball. I don't mind killing off either the Fed Imp or the Griffin here. If he wants to do a double block. If he does do a double block, I'm definitely going to get rid of the Fetid Imp, I think. Because it has Death Touch, and yeah, we just don't want this annoying our 4/4s. Does he have an Angelic? No, he doesn't have an Angelic or Feat, otherwise I think he would have used it. Field Resistance would have been so bad against me, given that it's such a busted card for white in this set. If he doesn't do anything, I guess he's just going to try to pump his Chorister to stay alive. Yeah, I think I'm blocking because he can just generate a 2/2 flyer. I don't want him to do this constantly. I don't know if he's going to stay back. Yeah, I guess there's not much he can do. He has to stay back. Okay, I could just 2-for-1 him here, but I think we'll just stay back here. There's no reason for us to attack with the 4/4. Sure. Probably stays back. I guess we can attack with the 2/2 here. Playing out lands because we also have an Anointed Chorister in this deck that we don't mind pumping. Freebooter is not going to do anything. It's just going to spy on our hand. We don't care. Angelic Ascension seems pretty nice. Let's just attack him with this 2/2, using Angelic Ascension to dodge a removal spell, perhaps. Keeps one on top, so that's scary. So we probably need to keep the Angelic Ascension, because he definitely might have something here. I guess I could just Hunter's Edge here. I guess my Truffle Snout is a good target to Hunter's Edge something away. Yeah, let's just deal with this 2/2. And then now we can start attacking for 5. I don't mind the blocks on the Alpine Watchdog. He might give this Death Touch, and then we might have to use... Let's see. Okay. Might as well play out the land because he knows about it already. And we'll just pass. Sure. I guess you can start generating 2/2s again. The Scythe, that's a scary card. I guess I can force him to chump with both, otherwise he'll be dead. Yeah, let's just do it here. Because he doesn't seem to have anything in his hand, I don't think. Alright, nice 6 and 2, and off to the final boss. Alright, let's do an overview of the deck. So we're running 17 lands. The reason why is that we have a lot of 4s. We do have a relatively low curve, but it's just the amount of 4s that we have requires us to go 17 lands, I believe. But yeah, this is essentially our deck. 2 1-drops. Skyway Sniper is definitely a card that I don't need, but I don't mind just having a 1-drop on turn 1 to maybe hold off like an Anointed Chorister early on. A couple of 2s, nothing amazing. The Tempered Veteran. Haven't used him once in this game yet, and usually he's supposed to be amazing in white-green, so we're in the right colors for it, but the fact that I haven't used it does kind of mean that I kind of just won the game through brute force, usually just having enough early creatures to overwhelm the opponent. Nothing too amazing. Double Basri's Acolyte, double Hunter's Edge, Angelic Ascension proven to be very powerful. Nice powerful win condition, and it also dodges a removal spell or a creature that's in threat of a combat trick. Rambunctious Mutt, fine card to deal with the Malefic Scythe like in one game. The 2 biggest bombs in this deck is obviously the Basri's Lieutenant and the Elder Gargoth. Both really powerful. Elder Gargoth in one of our games did a lot of work. Even though I don't think he survived in any of the games. He definitely pulled his weight. Looking at the sideboard, the reason why we're not playing Gnarled Sage is because it's just another 5-drop. I don't think I need any more. It's not super amazing. It might have better stat line than Rambunctious Mud, but Rambunctious Mud serves a better utility purpose, since some artifacts and enchantments can be quite annoying, like the Malefic Scythe. Like, this is a fine way to block flyers, but it's not like we don't have any defense against flyers. We do have Skyway Sniper, Angelic Ascension to ambush, and double Hunter's Edge. Plus, the Elder Gargoth also has reach already, so no need for the Elder Gargoth. Ranger's Guile, essentially just like a 1-mana protection spell, but with double Angelic Ascension, I think we're fine without it. And then the Dub, it's kind of like an all-in game plan, which could be fine in the deck. Like, I wouldn't mind it, but I don't think it's necessary. It does get you 2 for 1 if you run into a removal spell, and trust me, there's a lot of removal spells in this set. So yeah, just a pretty decent overall 17-land deck that's looking to just beat down, be very aggressive. 9 plains, 7 forests, but we do have 8 sources of green for our green regardless. So yeah, nothing special, just like most decks in Coreset 2021, you're just looking to be aggressive and hope to get lucky. And this deck definitely got lucky by getting up to 6 wins. Because some games in this set can be very quick if you don't have your 2-drops or hit your land drops. So, I mean, that's essentially all that is. And yeah, let's move on to the final boss. I don't think the bots. I don't know about the bots and how they operate as well. I knew in Theros they neglected Black Red Sacrifice a lot, and then you can usually make a really powerful Black Red Sacrifice deck just by forcing it without any powerful bombs because Black Red was so open. But I don't know about Corset 2021 and what type of archetype to exploit. But maybe they just don't respect White enough. I think White is definitely incredibly powerful in this set. So, yeah. Right, a 2-drop, Angelic Ascension to protect. Falconer's Depth seems okay. We're on a draw. Hopefully we don't flood too much. I think I'm willing to keep this. And the final boss, we'll see what we play against. Hopefully not blue-red spells deck, because that can be very scary. Okay, life gain, so definitely a little bit difficult to race. Sure, my question is, do I trade? I don't have to trade. I mean, I don't really have a turn 3 play. I guess I'll trade. I mean, or I can keep up Angelic Ascension and then block next turn to see what happens and take 2. I guess I do have a Falconer's Adept to block in anyway, so I guess it's fine taking 2. Basri's Acolyte can also block. We're going to save the green mana for now. Let's just move to combat, attacking for 2. So I'm hoping he uses some sort of trick here, so then I can Angelic Ascension to bait him into something. Opt, sure. I guess I don't mind trading as well next turn, since maybe then he can't give a creature flying in the future, and then like the bird token can survive, and this 2/2 isn't going to do much anyways. So I don't mind doing a block, and then I can dodge any removal spells or tricks with the Angelic Ascension. So I think the trade is fine now. I'm just hoping that there's no Lofty Denial. Another Glide Master. Okay, so I think we're going to lead the Falconer's Adept, since the Lieutenant might just be more important. And this can hold off the 2/1 quite nicely. We can generate a flyer. Valorous Steed, we can always shoot that down with Hunter's Edge. I don't mind doing that, since I can also attack him if he wants to double block. That's fine. That's going to result in a nice 2-for-1, and then I can generate a 1/1 flyer. I think we'll just move to combat here and get in. Next turn we can Acolyte and keep up the Ascension, which is quite nice. I think I'm going to put the counter onto like maybe a flyer. Well, never mind, that's a swift response. We're taking 4. Tome Anima, the Basri's Lieutenant can block it anyways. Ooh, Gargoth? I think I'll play around a removal spell for now, just play out the Lieutenant. Question is, what do we put a counter on? I guess the 1/1, because in case he has removed for the Lieutenant, I don't really want to fizzle the counter. We can get in there for 2, which is quite nice. And then the Lieutenant can start beating down, or serve as a decent blocker. He does need to activate the Keen Glide Master to give the 3/3 flying, of course. Guess we'll just stay back, because I don't really want to. I don't really want a 1-for-1 myself of a Basri's Lieutenant. Ooh, that's nice. Guess we'll just keep putting counters. Do I want to put on the Lieutenant? He can still double block it, so I don't mind just putting it on the 2/2 flyer, and then we can trade for it if he decides to give one of his creatures flying. Let's go for it. Because I still make a 2/2 anyways if he uses the Tome Anima to ambush my 3/3. And it's a trade I'm willing to make, because I still, again, make a 2/2. Sure. That's quite annoying. I guess I can still attack in. Yeah, let's just attack with all. I don't think we care about anything here. Let's just go. Oh, I shouldn't have attacked with the 1/1. That's fine, he's taking a lot of damage. We can start gaining life again with Anointed Chorister, but we can always double block it, of course. Sure. This effect is still on the battlefield, so if I draw anything that gives me a +1/+1 counter, that's quite nice. Okay, that's quite decent. We can attack with all now. And I think I'm going to put it onto the Acolytes, since he's most likely just going to double block it, and then we can also attack with the Drowsing Tyrannodon, force him to do some weird blocks. And I do want him to chump block the Anointed Chorister, of course. The opponent shouldn't be playing out his lands, because that's... I guess he wants to eventually pump the Chorister twice. So if I attack with all, what happens? He can pump this into a 4/4. He goes to 6. Yeah, I guess I can't attack with all. We'll just stay back. I hope he doesn't pump this twice. This can get out of hand. He can eventually give this flying and then pump, of course. But then he'll be shields down on blockers, and maybe we can start swinging in and alphaing. Yeah, definitely no attacks here, because this can become a 4/4. We don't want it to pump. Right, we might just flood here since we drew a lot of action. And we didn't hit a land pocket yet, so we'll see. Ooh, Ascension is quite nice. I guess I can Ascension my Lieutenant. We'll save it. We'll see what happens. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh, do I Ascension now? I guess he's just gonna give this flying and pump. Huh, let's see. I think we have to do it, because otherwise he can just get the 10 mana, and that's gonna be really annoying. So I think we do it here. And I think we offered a trade, right? We could also just attack with all. Let's see, if we do, he's going to pump this into a 4/4. He can block here, but he'll be taking lethal. So I think we go for it. Because, yeah, he would probably need to give it flying and chump. Yeah, I do want... But I think we're going to... He does need to trade for the 4/4, I think. Otherwise, I think he's going to be in trouble here. Because if he tries to block something with value, it's still gonna lead to it's still gonna be lethal. So yeah, I don't think. Yeah, we still got him. So good games. Okay, nice 7-2 draft video. Coreset 2021 quick draft. Again, I'm not a big fan of amonkhet. It's just really easy. It's essentially just almost like Coreset 2021, unless you open up a broken god. It's just a very hyper-aggressive format. Everything is always trying to exert and kill you. I mean. There's not really any control decks. There's blue-black control, but that's only fine if you get a Drake Haven or some cycling payoffs. But you definitely want to avoid blue-black in amonkhet remastered. I guess there's also blue-green ramp. That's kind of controlling since you're trying to get to your bombs with the sandworm convergence. Get to your sandworm convergences, the slifter worms and the sifter worms and whatnot. But yeah, overall, just solid draft, nothing amazing. 7-2. Let's crack some packs. Alright, pack one, pick one. What do we have the fine pleasure of opening? Let's pretend we're drafting Coreset 2021. Okay, Shipwreck Dowser seems very powerful. Best in blue-red spells, but definitely very powerful in blue-black. Not that amazing in the creature-heavy deck like blue-white, but sometimes you can get away with it. Maybe it can get you back an Opt or a Swift response. But Shipwreck Dowser is very good. Best commons, Gale Swooper. Definitely a powerful 4-drop in Coreset 2021. along with Basri's Acolyte, but I will probably take Acolyte over it, pack one, pick one. Lord Skelquado, easy, clear pick. I haven't drafted any blue-green yet. The problem is, again, this format is so hyper-aggressive. Blue-green is a little bit more rampy and slow. So, usually it's very difficult to kind of stabilize in this set, given cards like Gale Swooper can just fly a creature across, and it's also a flyer itself. Lots of 2-drops, Daybreak Chargers, pumping your creatures on turn 2, etc. So yeah, I'd probably take the Lord Skelquado, and then Furious Rise, pretty good in red-green, but I think Garruk's Uprising is a lot better. But yeah, it'll probably be Lord Skelquado, and again, there's another Gale Swooper as an excellent common in this pack. Hey, we're almost to 1.5k gems event finally. This pack sucks. Tide Skimmer's okay. It's gonna be its best in blue-white flyers. It's overall not very amazing, but probably gonna be the pick here. Orange Fiend Vessel, pretty good card if you're in the blue-black Reanimator deck. Outside of it, I don't think it's that great. Lofty Denial, good in blue-white flyers only. I wouldn't play it outside of blue-white flyers, but I play a lot of crazy people who do main deck a Lofty Denial, even though they're not doing blue-white flyers, and it actually works sometimes. Like, you do end up tapping out, and then they counter your spell, and they're playing blue-red spells, and it does kind of make you want to facepalm yourself. But Lofty Denial pretty good in blue-white flyers, and Short Sword definitely main deckable in the set. Not amazing in Dominaria, but since there was a Jousting Lance, that was a better equipment. But in this set is actually quite decent, since a lot of people are playing 2-drops. There's always a bunch of 1-drops and 2-drops, and then enhancing your creature can be quite nice. So yeah, overall, just take this Tide Skimmer. But yeah, this is a decent 7-in-2 video. I haven't uploaded the last 7 wins yet. I might fire a amonkhet remastered, but again, I'm not liking it too much, since it's really boring and it's almost essentially just Coreset 2021, again with the scarier bombs. Except with the scarier bombs, Coreset 2021 has bombs, but they aren't as insane as the ones in amonkhet, since if you just open a god, you can just, and you play it, you automatically almost just win for the most part. So I don't really think amonkhet's a deep set, but it can be fun if you like aggro and quick games. But yep, regardless, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to upload any videos anytime soon. I've just been taking a break away from Magic. Been playing some Super Metroid. The game definitely stands the test of time, and definitely a masterpiece at its own right. But regardless, that's off topic. Yeah, we'll see if I want to upload any more videos in the future. But yeah, I might start doing some stuff when Zendikar Rising comes out. But until then, stay tuned and have a great day. Bye.